Hello everybody, how's it going, and welcome back to a Rambler video. So everybody's basically talking about this, so I thought I would briefly give kind of my 2 cents on what's going on with the Fine Brothers. If you didn't know who they were, you probably certainly do now, at the very least. So basically what happened is a few days ago, getting close on a week I think now, the Fine Brothers together announced a thing called React World. Now, to get a sense of what that is, you have to really know the Fine Brothers sort of own the React channel, where there's like Elders React, Teens React, Kids React, whatever. It's not a channel I watch. I really think the React videos are kind of dumb. I really don't care what other people think about these videos, or like old people think. Generally speaking, the React videos, each category of them has kind of very obvious how people are going to react. So if it's the average video, not anything weird or special, they did a whole like video on somebody's suicide or something like a year or two ago, and that kicked up a big stink. But yeah, essentially their average thing is the old people are like, oh, technology's weird, oh, fuck the Muslims or whatever. You know, they're old, that's what they do. Teens are pretty much chill about everything, and they just give the kids like old technology. They're like, oh, what's this? Is this a tape cassette? I don't fucking know what that is. I put it in my iPad, I stick it in the slot in the Bluetooth, like, you know, that kind of shit. That's just really, it's generally kind of boring. I mean, there's a few of the videos that have kind of gone viral because they're a bit different, like, you know, whatever, or they hit with a certain, you know, fan group or something like that. Like when they reacted to like the original Game Boy, that kind of took off because a bunch of retro collectors were basically laughing at them, calling them all idiots, which they are. But anyway, so that's the gist of that. Now they announced this React World thing, and basically what it kind of is almost like a network for React videos. Now, contrary to popular opinion, they are not, nor can they legally copyright for one, the word React in a video title, or the act of creating a video of somebody reacting to something, because a reaction to something is literally something we all experience all the time, and it gets, you know, exemplified when it's something out of the norm, or something that makes us overly emotional, stuff like that. So, you know, somebody reacting to them winning $1 million is not something that anybody can ever copyright, because that's just not something you can copyright. It's essentially saying you're going to copyright the term YouTube video. You can't do it because it's just too broad a term. They won't let you copyright it in the copyright offices. So that's not happening. So everybody saying that that's what they're doing is stupid. That's not what's happening. However, what is happening is anybody that does anything similar to the React show could have their videos taken down. Now, there have been cases of this. There was a guy, 8-Bit Eric, who recently came out and said that this has happened. Now, he produced a couple React-type videos, most of them nothing to do with Fine Brothers at all. In fact, all of them had nothing really to do with Fine Brothers, but because there was enough similarities, apparently the Fine Brothers took it down. The Fine Brothers also basically complained on Twitter about 2 years ago about Ellen reacting to something. I forget what it was. I don't care what it was. And they basically bitched about it, saying, could have asked his permission first. So that's a bit scary, because they could take down higher production value React videos, because they don't care about the scrubby, everyday, average Joe guy making a React video, but they care about these channels that are doing it often. They're doing it with higher production values, and they're getting subscribers and views and money that the Fine Bros aren't getting. So that's kind of scary, because it means that somebody trying to do React videos to gain popularity and money are going to be stopped in their tracks by a fight with them. Now, what has this done to the Fine Brothers? Essentially, what it's done to the Fine Brothers is basically shot themselves in the foot, and it's a poison slowly going up their entire bodies, because they are losing subscribers in the tens of thousands per hour. They had, when I last checked anyway, and watched the video, they were at 14,070,000. As of making this video, they are at 13,976,000. So that's quite the drop. It's almost 100,000 subscribers. In fact, I think it's pretty much 100,000 gone, which is, I mean, they have 13.9 million, but 100,000 is still a dent. And as that dent keeps getting bigger, it's going to just keep getting worse. And they haven't backtracked. Well, not on YouTube, at least. They've tried to backtrack and clear things up on their Facebook and Twitter pages, which have nigh the amount of people watching and engaging than YouTube. So backtracking on the social media accounts like that is kind of dumb, because the only people that are going to see it are people that either, one, agree with you anyway, because they're hapless, mindless followers, or people that hate you and are just going on your social media pages to call you a fucking loser. So backtracking on that is essentially useless, whereas YouTube, which they have the largest following on 2 channels, both over 5 million subscribers, is probably the best place to do it, to possibly try and backtrack, which they're obviously going to have to do because people hate them now. So, do I think all this was a bad idea by the Fine Brothers? And I mean, I'm not gonna fucking bother with talking about the whole thing, going in depth with the video, reacting to the video myself. Not going to do that. There are enough videos now of that up, that if you really want to do that and see that, you can buy hundreds of YouTubers that are way bigger and way more informed than I am. However, what do I think of it overall? I think it was dumb. I think the idea isn't very smart. I think the way they're executing it isn't very smart. I think how they're presenting it is not a very smart way to present it, because they're essentially presenting it as them trying to control this content, when they might not be. They might be, who knows. Evidence in the past shows that they kind of want to, apparently, but they might not be. Now, yeah, I think it was stupid. I think a lot of what they said was stupid. Things like, this is not the traditional Hollywood model, when it actually is the traditional Hollywood model, because it's a network. That's what they're fucking doing. It's the traditional Hollywood model. If it wasn't, it would be like YouTube is technically now, the Wild West, everybody for themselves type of thing. So, a lot of things they said kind of contradicted their own statements, and they were not, evidently they should not be doing their own PR for this kind of stuff. They should just make the videos and stuff and whatever. They should not be doing their own PR, apparently, because they're evidently very terrible at doing it. I also think that this came out at an awful time. I think they should have waited a bit for some other stuff to calm down first, especially regarding copyright, because 2 big things happened very recently that has people, big YouTubers especially, very, very on edge with copyright. And copyright on YouTube has been a big problem for a while. YouTube's automated copywriting service is like the worst thing ever. And yeah, so it's pretty bad, and has been for quite a while, and there's been a huge fight for YouTube to basically get its thumb out of its ass and fix it, because it's more or less just going to start digging its own grave if it continues the way it is. So, basically, what happened was there was a couple of instances. A few YouTubers, though the biggest, I would say, at least influential-wise, no, maybe not subscriber-wise, but definitely view-wise and influential, is a guy by the name of Nostalgia Critic, who does movie reviews and stuff on a channel called Channel Awesome. He used to be involved, and I think he still is kind of, with the League of Super Critics. But, and that guy with Glasses.com, I think he's one of the frontrunners of them, or at least he used to be. Anyway, his monetization was removed for like 3 weeks because of one copyright strike. And YouTube is supposed to be more on the ball with that because he's a bigger channel with lots of views, bringing lots of money. And so he made a video that, of course, went viral, and like basically saying how stupid it was and how pathetic it is that YouTube is so archaic with its copyright system. And that was a huge copyright kickstorm. And also the I Hate Everything channel, which is gaining popularity quicker than anything in the fucking world right now, it's back up now, taken down because of a copyright strike. And this happens once in a while and stuff, but that one was actually quite more than your average takedown. It was very much out of the blue, didn't have anything to do with copyright at all, whereas usually with some claims the copyright holder has some beef with them or whatever, but this was just completely out of the blue. And yeah, so. And then the Fine Brothers were like, well, let's put out this system that basically copyrights all this shit. And that was just a bad timing. Bad timing. I don't like the Fine Brothers. I never did. I always thought they looked... Their videos and stuff are very... They come off as slimy. I don't know. They come off very slimy. I mean, I'm not a fan of, like... I don't know. Who were the other brothers? Or good friends? Rhett and Link. I'm not a fan of them. Good Mythical Morning drives me up the fucking wall. But, I mean, I know people like them, and that's fine. At least they have original content, kind of. Whereas React really isn't. And I find it dumb and unentertaining. And, yeah, I think it's a fad. I think that's all it is. And they're just trying to capitalize on that fad while it's at its height, and while they can. So, yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts on it, at least. What are you guys' thoughts? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the whole thing. I don't know. I just think it's a big pot of bullshit, to be fair. So, yeah, I don't know. Thank you much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.